right, pausing right there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, panel. Boy, we got a lot to get through today. Quick introductions. We got the full house today. We got the real Siberius. Say hello, Siberius, right underneath me.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show.
We have our energy man. We have Robin, sports and fitness rants with us. He's been cranking out the videos all morning, but he's going to power through until his voice gives out. Say hello, Robin.
What's up? Shout out to everybody out there. Once again, thank you, LH, for having me on your show.
Thank you for being here. And Steam Engine, our government project. Thanks for showing up.
Saving the best for last. Thank you. I'll take it from here. What up? Shout out to everybody. Sunday fun day. Let's get going. We got a ton to talk about.
All right, I'm going to put the schedule. I'm going to put the schedule up on the screen so people know what the goal is. Done. They don't make excuses. Let me read it. Going to talk about Shaq ring chasing. Let me lower the volume a little bit more. I've got bullet points on that. Philly Sports Radio was supposed to be a criticism of LeBron, but I listened to it and it wasn't so much. ESPN, look at the firings and who was retained at ESPN. I noted that no one actually went to Philly willingly. It were trades. Seems like a surprise. Nobody was surprised that LeBron retired, even though they gifted him an all-star appearance. Someone wrote to me about Cody Zeller. Never heard of him, and I watched his dunk highlight reel and don't know why I haven't heard of him. We might get to that. We're going to talk about the Sixers roster. We're going to talk about something that Siberius brought up. How easy is that 76ers schedule going to be now? Now that LeBron is in the East, why was Kawhi allowed to play all season, and now they're delaying the move to Toronto? And is it a coincidence that Jaylen Brown got moved in what was another kind of confusing trade? To me, the Celtics Jaylen Brown podcast P thing still doesn't make that much sense. We might look at Jordan's whiteboard that I drew up. We got to listen to Kobe's sound bites. My goodness, he fucking called LeBron out in a way that I never knew. We're going to talk about LeBron using his family as an excuse and showing us for the nth time that he does not give a fuck about his family. And then try to get through just the never-ending list of lies that's been spouted out by LeBron James's camp, and his fan base don't care. Do whatever the hell you want, LeBron. They are with you no matter what. Hello to everybody in the chat. Robin, this is your time because I want to acknowledge everyone who came in early. I want to thank in advance everyone who is going to give some supers. In fact, I will forget if I don't put this up right now. These guys commented on gave super chats on my What If Jordan Fans Did Revisionist History video. Thank you, Mark Book. Thank you, Eyal Sabag. Thank you, everybody who gave supers last live show. My God, you guys were generous and it's awesome. And I'm going to start putting some today's chats on the screen before we get to the next segment. So go ahead and start reading our energy guy, sports and fitness rants.
Yes, sir. Once again, man, shout out to everybody that continues to come through the live shows, coming out here, support my man AOH, and hanging out with us with a little bit on your Sunday morning, your Sunday afternoon, whatever it is right now. I see a bunch of people out there already. Former Saint 80, shout out to you for coming through. Paolo Lima 6407. Thank you very much for coming through and spending some time with us. Medved 10, shout out to you. I see Lynetta 42 is always there. Hayden Phoenix, Anthony Sanchez, USMC 19. Shout out to you for always coming through, guys. Paul Gorniak, Daruku 995. Love them skins. Guillermo Hermelez. I probably jacked your name all up. Once again, you guys know if I messed your name up, forgive me out there. Dakota LaReed, MJ Burt, Mountain Skies, Ealzabag, WVF, 112469, Go Fly, Import AI, Willie Williams. Shout out to you, Thinking Through, Radu Marias Garnita. I know I definitely jacked that all up. Once again, man, shout out to you guys. Zizza Plays. Yo, we got mad people in here. Callie Young. Thank you for Fancy Meat. Thank you very much. Meg's in the house. Full Venom Jacket. Once again, you guys know the deal, man. Let's roll.
Meg, I noticed that you said we don't want LeBron in Philly. You're in Philly? I didn't know that. Meg's been a long time channel supporter.
Yeah, Meg's always up in here. Shout out to Meg.
I'm so sorry for you if that is the case. I'm glad he's not in Golden State, but then again, we didn't get rid of Draymond, so I'm still suffering. And of course, our front office did absolutely fucking nothing as usual. Cameron shouts out SNFR, keeping it real. And wow, we got the supers rolling in early today. Speem, I'm going to put Mike Novak's up on the screen, and I would like you to read it, sir.
Reading this because I choose to, not because you told me to. Shout out to Mike Novak, 5960 with the $20. Appreciate that. LeBron's presence plus Embiid's high probability of injury means Philly is in the play-in round.
We'll get to that.
Strive for greatness. Strive for greatness, right? Play-in.
Yo, shout out to Mike Novak. Shout out to all you guys that come through, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's roll over to I try to include Speem and he gets mad at me. We'll have Siberius read this one for me, all Sabag.
I told the LeBron fans on my feed, LeBron can do whatever he wants. Just don't expect us, the real basketball fans, to respect him. Let's roll.
Amen. Seth Rotol, Uncle Alert, 440 joules. I actually tried to learn about joules for a minute, and I'm too old. It didn't make any fucking sense to me. But thank you, thank you. I'm sure Robin can clarify it for us, right, Robin?
I have no idea what's going on either. But that's why it's called Uncle Alert, because we don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Robin, rolling back to you. M. Hunter Stevie with the super here.
Yeah, shout out to M. Hunter Stevie for coming through with the super. Thank you, guys. Imagine how Bronny feels today when dad leaves you for the dude who trash talked you and then says this isn't about family. Damn.
That is on the schedule. That is on the list. But my God, what a great comment.
Oh, you guys are great, man. Again, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Seth Rotol's been a member for 25 months. Woodage is still giving things that the old men don't understand, but thank you very much.
Shout out to Woodage. Woodage is a he's been here for the long run too. Shout out to Woodage.
Absolutely.
I don't know what Happy Poop is all about, but shout out to Woodage.
Yeah,
Happy Poop. I may have missed a couple of people. I got a gold coin from Armand Smith. Thank you. I'll pretend I understand. And
dropping jewels on us. Thank you for dropping jewels, guys.
Dropping jewels.
Bars.
And rolling back to Speem Engine, if you can read this without being a smartass.
Shout out to Sir Paladin Thundercake. That's a great name. That Paul George trade that made absolutely zero sense is starting to make sense now. Some real WWE.
There we go.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Absolutely.
We did.
What a great name, Thundercake.
We didn't start as conspiracy theorists. We just watched the NBA unfold and asked logical questions, and you arrive at logical conclusions. Eagle, 400 joules.
What does that mean?
I swear. Come on, Speem. You're the young one.
Like translate into revenue for your channel.
We're going to come back to a couple. We're going to come back to these supers. Wow, what a great start. Thank you, everybody. But I've got a little musical bit that was inspired by the Circus going to Philly. I'll play a few seconds. Whoever names it first wins. I'll send you some jewels. Sure. Wow.
I don't know this shit.
I don't know.
I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
I thought Robin knew everything from the 80s. He Circus comes to town. That was.
That's what I'm saying. They were saying in the chat. Yeah.
They were saying in the chat. Plus, I just assume that's the shit you work out to, AOH. I don't know.
Once upon a time, for sure.
Jogging
right,
along
well,
the river, listening to that shit.
That was our Jesus, what an asshole.
I listen to that shit. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Def Leppard's pretty timeless. And anyway,
I'll
they
only
mentioned
apologize to Siberius.
they mentioned a circus. They mentioned a circus once in the song, and it was enough for me to put it in the show. All right, there's our musical distraction. Back to Red Factor. Shaq defending LeBron makes sense. They both dipped on teams to ring chase and both declare themselves more dominant than they actually were. Both also hold records for playoff sweeps. Ow. Wow.
That's a great comment, though. That is
Bringing
true.
Yo, coming in hot, Red Factor.
Well
Shots
done.
fired.
Now, Red Factor, stick around because I 100% agree with you. And we're going to get to Richard Jefferson's terrible take about Shaq. And
No context for that. No reason to do that at all. None.
rings. What? Jolly Josham's. Jolly Josham's longtime supporter. Rings don't matter. Defends the most blatant ring chasing fanboys ever. No, he's not ring chasing. He's just trying to win a title. They'll just change. They just keep changing words. My God, how dumb is our population that this works?
AOH, that's actually one of the talking points. I was hoping we could get to the difference between
we will
all of a sudden ring chasing.
We absolutely will. We absolutely
beautiful, beautiful.
And sports and fitness rants. Love the pinstripe. Will you read Beaglemancer?
Absolutely. Shout out to Beagle Master for coming through. Again, shout out to everybody out there in the chat, man. You guys coming through my man AOA show right now. I can't wait for VJ Escombe to be traded away. LeMickey cannot tolerate first and second year players on his team. The team will be a wreck in 1 year. So that's a great point by Beagle Manser when you talk about the younger players and their stunted growth when they play with someone like LeBron. Remember, LeBron James has never, been a guy that's going to be playing with those young players to mature them or help them. So, this is a great point by Beagle Manser.
Indeed. And do I dare? Do I dare start with my sound bites? We got a long list to get through, so let's see how it goes.
That's why Cleveland is the only place that makes sense.
Now at 11, LeBron's decision.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
It's the place where he can walk in and everyone remembers when he held court.
LeBron's decision is not sitting well with all of Northeast Ohio. Some fans burn his Cavs jersey in disgust.
Damn! Where there are pictures on the wall from those glory years, where when he does anything notable, it would conjure sparkling memories of the days when everyone in Cleveland was a witness.
Wrong.
How will Cleveland fans get over what happened tonight?
They won't. I truly believe they won't. LeBron James has just etched his name, not for 7 great years of basketball, but his name is now right there with Art Modell in the Hall of Shame in Cleveland sports history.
Cleveland! This is for you!
They don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you. Nobody likes you. You came all the way over here for nothing.
The girl don't like you.
Shout out to Uncommon Sense, who keeps killing it with his intros. So much to talk about there. Now, look, Uncommon, along with many other people, used a lot of the same things that happened in the media this week. I listened to the basketball show. I listened to Sports and Fitness Rants. I listened to The Real Siberius. I did not listen to Steam Engine. Several other people. I don't mean to leave people out.
I mean, no one does. So, come on.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know what? Speam, you were on a roll for a while, and I was proud of you. Keep it up.
I am. Thanks. Thank you. Let's just go. Keep going.
You editing my work and then putting it out on your channel is really impressive.
I thought we were all, we had a deadline. People got shit to do. They don't want to hear this.
The real Donald Trump says, nice to see you guys. The Sixers have 2 of the top 5 floppers in the game, Embiid and LeBron James. Sixers will trade VJ Edgecombe for Bronny. Damn.
Ooh, that'd be crazy.
So we looked at that lineup. How crazy was that? Okay, let me look at my schedule here because it's crazy. Actually, I did some planning. I've got the sound bites lined up here. After we finish with Uncommon's intro.
Damn, it's just basketball.
Do you think this is something?
Okay, number one, Kobe, and a few people included Kobe talking about not hopping ship and seeking the easy exit. And I'll tell you what, I never heard that. I didn't know this soundbite until this week. No wonder LeBron James crashed his helicopter. I mean, it was a harsh criticism. I really think LeBron may have gotten rid of him.
Kobe would be, I don't know if proud's the right word.
Proud is the word, I think.
Yeah, but I think
This motherfucker, I mean, they can't just be shitty. They have to go above and beyond disgusting. Kobe would be proud of LeBron's cowardly moves. I mean, it goes against everything that Kobe said. And not always this day and age, we know that what people say doesn't mean much anymore, but Kobe did it. He stayed in LA. Kobe did it at least, and he said it. You don't get to just make up your own version of history, Rich Paul. Oh, yes, you do, because Max Kellerman decided to sell out next to you. And anyone on ESPN who dares to speak a fragment of the truth gets axed, while the shittiest of the shitty retain their positions, which we'll come back to later.
I mean, look at these two groups sitting on that damn show like a bunch of fools. Look at their shirts, man. Them tight-ass pants. Don't no one want to see Max Kellerman's ankles. Yo, listen, man. I'm so tired of these fools coming out here. It's like a bunch of fools all the time, sitting there with their legs crossed, sipping their wine, bickering like a bunch of schoolgirls, bunch of Beverly Hills housewives. I'm so tired of this nonsense. And they talking about grown-ass men, and they keep lying about these fools, man. I mean, look at these damn goofs, man. Yo, my man Speem called them Earthworm Jim. That's a damn disrespect to Earthworm Jim, the video game, man, and Earthworm Jim, man, because there's some damn nonsense that they talking about out here that Kobe Bryant would be proud. You think he'd be proud of LeBron James out there playing peekaboo in a Laker uniform? You think he's proud to him at the low manage on the fans all them damn games? He gonna be proud of that damn flopping? Hey! This is nonsense, man.
I wasn't ready for one of these crash outs yet. I was hoping.
Hey, some fool in our last live tried to defend Robin, thinking that we were laughing at him when we were all smiling as he read the morning shout outs. No, dipshits. We've been working with Robin for years. We know exactly what we're getting. We know exactly what he brings.
Nah, see, I mean, look at these two fools, man.
If you're doing something that's so easy, man, you might want to reconsider what you're doing. Like I can't,
That was already profound. I hate to cut him off. If you're doing something that easy, reconsider what you're doing. I mean, are you trying to push yourself? Are you trying to be the best version of yourself? Are you seeking a cheap form of success, whether that's at work, whether it's in your personal life, whether that's your NBA career? That line alone.
Durant's been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. Yeah, I mean, he's been a friend of mine for a long time. So is LeBron and all those guys. Would I make the same decision? No.
From the longtime agent of Jordan saying, I really liked LeBron, but I think if Jordan had cherry-picked what teams he wanted to be on it.
Real quick, please. Okay. So what's interesting about that is we always make fun of, LeBron saying #strive for greatness and all that. But quiet as it's kept, him just repeating that and making it a #strive for greatness has slowly changed the definition of what we would consider greatness over the course of his entire career. Nobody ever really speaks about that. I mean, what you just said about if you're just making it easy for yourself, what's great about that? And we'll get into that when we're talking about ring chasing versus winning, because that's something else that's irritating me. But even the phrase strive for greatness, the definition of greatness has been changed to, just strive for really path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Yo, did David Falk represent any players that Michael Jordan got on his team to save him? David Falk wasn't bringing no players to Michael Jordan. I saw someone in the chat say that nobody wanted or no free agent wanted to play with Michael Jordan. That doesn't even make any sense because those guys wanted to beat each other. They didn't want to play with each other. So you make those statements, you guys don't understand what we're talking about here when we talk about these guys not being competitors and them wanting to play and team up with each other. None of the other superstars wanted to play with Michael Jordan because they wanted to beat Michael Jordan. So you guys don't make any sense when you make these comments out there.
Yeah, it's really sad how far we've gone. Like back when the guys that we respected were playing, these thoughts didn't even enter our minds. Well, of course they're not going to go team up. That's not what you do in sports.
That's why we respect guys like Patrick Ewing.
Yeah. Again, bring it back home, people. It's the equivalent of the best player on your town's team. And imagine, I came from a small town, so we had one team in the town, and you had to drive like an hour to the next town and play their team. Imagine if your best player went to their town, not because the dad was changing jobs and he had to move, but because they had a better team. Like, how would that make you feel back in your town when each year you tried to get better and defeat them, and instead you're like, fuck you guys, I'm going to go take the easy way out? I mean, it's just embarrassing that we have to explain how disgusting that is.
I mean, players found homes playing alongside Michael Jordan on Chicago Bulls, man. They were journeymen, guys. They couldn't find a home. Everybody talks about Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was a journeyman in the NBA, guys. He did not have a home. He found a home on the Bulls, man, and he made a name being Michael Jordan's teammate, guys. So again, when you talk about a lot of these players, and people are like, oh, no one wanted to play with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan wasn't worried about playing with other guys. Michael Jordan did with what he had. Like, hey, wait, you covered the draft. And how many guys the Bulls missed on? I mean, a beautiful video, man. You went in depth. I mean, there were guys that people don't realize. You could have Michael Jordan and Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman. You could have all these guys on the same basketball team. Plus, you could throw in Mark Price in there. You could throw in Mark Jack. There was all kinds of guys the Bulls could have drafted. They fumbled this up. Michael Jordan wasn't worried about none of that stuff. He wasn't worried about free agents. He wasn't worried about signing the next deal and what he could finagle from the franchise. He played with what he had. And a lot of those guys that helped him win, they were journeymen.
Yep. By the way, I got a lot of very nice compliments from people on that video, and I appreciate everybody who made those comments. The video itself is being suppressed, though, which tends to happen when you make a good point against LeBron James. Barely has any views.
And people talk about LeBron James general managers. Go watch that video from AOH, and you will be surprised at what the general manager for the Chicago Bulls really did for Michael Jordan, man.
And LeBron waits until people have been developed, have already created a name for themselves, and then he demands that the franchise go and get him. The exact opposite happened with Michael Jordan. Journeyman found a home, as Robin said, and got to enjoy success. After
Craig Hodges,
with Michael.
Cliff Livingston.
Yeah.
15 championships.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
But by the way, we've moved on from uncommon to uncut. I recognize the edits. Shout out to Uncut Hoops also.
When looking through NBA history at various mega super.
Okay, so I cut it off there. Here we go. We're going to talk about Shaq. I should throw up my Michael Jordan. Wait, should I throw up my Michael Jordan whiteboard really quick? You want to talk?
Go for it.
Okay. Since they showed the Rich Paul whiteboard, imagine if Jordan and his agent sat down and showed the world his best fit. I mean, it's literally Rich Paul just showed everyone, hey, we're looking to join the easiest way out, and showed all the most stacked teams. And I'm going to ask you guys later if, in fact, Philly is the most stacked. But look who Michael Jordan joined. And the
Popeye Jones, yo, come on. No disrespect to Popeye Jones, but you can look at him and tell they probably needed another big man. And I like him.
He was a goofy looking dude.
He was a goof man. Oh, he was a goofy looking. He's still alive, Robin. He is a goofy.
Jones, man, he had crazy eyes.
We're not RIP-ing him. He's still alive. He is a goofy looking dude.
He would have been an extra in the politically correct, the ethnicity diverse version of the Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
He was scary as hell to my
He's joining the orcs.
Oh my goodness.
Joining the orcs. Jesus.
The Urukai.
Oh man.
Richard Hamilton was a fucking rookie, by the way, the most recognizable name on there. So it's not like he went and joined. Anyway, let me get this off the screen. Unless you guys want to say anything else about that. Did you see the lineups? Did you see what he could have joined with the Spurs?
And that team was still a contender. Still a contender until he got hurt. That's the wildest part that nobody ever talks about. Well, what did he do with the Wizards? Okay, well, he had a legit injury, not a ghost phantom injury, like one that actually sat him down. And they were playoff bound. I'm pretty sure he was averaging, 20, 21, 22 a game at that time.
He was.
No, I think it was Basketball showed that they were on playoff trajectory.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we know what he did. He helped make Rip Hamilton a champion, man. When we just talked, AOH, you just said before, and we read off that comment about they talked about, playing with VJ Edgecombe and how this could stunt his growth. Look what he did for someone like Rip Hamilton in 1 year. He didn't even play a full season with Michael Jordan. Then Rip Hamilton talked about how much he learned and gained from Michael Jordan in that one freaking season, man. Just watching him in practice, he said. That helped Rip Hamilton. He applied that stuff in his career with the Detroit Pistons, man. And he talked about that later on. So that's what Michael Jordan did.
All right, we're going to shit on Shaq next. But before we fall behind on supers, go ahead. Speam, you up for this one? From Luxfer?
Shout out to Lux for 0000 with the $20 donation. A serious question. How can the NBA, the owners, or the players themselves stop this mercenary player empowerment ring chasing culture? Can it be stopped?
I mean, I hear a lot of people.
I don't think it can be.
I hear certain analysts complaining about how the attempt to stop it is hurting them, like the second apron complaints and things like that. So I don't know.
Can you explain that? What was the justification of that?
They're never that thorough.
That's crazy. Just have that statement and not have anything to back it up. That's
normal.
Never mind.
That's standard.
That's the standard. That's the standard.
That's a very generous super Luxfer. Thank you very much. Do you want to add?
Part of the problem when you talk about the question and the mercenary player empowerment ring chasing thing, I think some of the problem here is what we're starting to see is they keep trying to tell us and promote to us that it's not ring chasing, that it's not, that they're not doing that. So if they're going to sit here and say that they're not ring chasing, that's part of the problem here because they're not understanding and the meaning. That's what, we're losing the meanings here, I think, over the last several years. Ring chasing used to mean something completely different and what people are talking about today and stuff, man. It's losing the meaning. So that's part of the problem here.
Well, so Robin, the thing is the definition has changed, and now all of a sudden it's okay for him to quote unquote ring chase because he just wants to win. But it goes back to the principal issue that it's not winning; it's just going back to stacking the deck, which is exactly what people have an issue with. If he went to,
we'll get there.
I don't know.
We'll get there.
You want to wait for that because I have a whole thing about that.
Yeah. Let's wait for it.
Okay, let's wait. All right, cool.
You got some fuel for that. I'm very happy to say that I need to keep up with the supers. Thank you, everybody, for your generosity. As I said, YouTube is suppressing the work I did on that video. So you guys coming through the supers is a lifesaver. What is the panel's prediction record season outcome for the Sixers? I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. Also, Siberius doesn't think they'll stay healthy long enough to be on the floor together. To finish the super, I'm waiting for the mid-season trade package Lethanos always gets. Then he says, good work. Yeah, can you wait? I mean, some of these idiot analysts say, oh, you're going to get all the leadership that LeBron brings. No, what you get is guys on your team who are contributing well, being the subject of Rich Paul's podcast and trying to get him traded in the middle of the fucking season. Somebody in the comments already said VJ Edgecombe's going to get blamed and traded instead of being developed the way that he should be. Like the 76ers. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. I was going to save this for later. Who's the most stacked roster? I take away the fact that they might be hurt, but just name wise, most stacked roster. Where do you put the 76ers in that? Because I noted that most people aren't even talking about Anthony Simons being on the team. They got that many fucking people that they aren't even mentioning Anthony Simons, and now they've got the experience of Contavious Caldwell-Pope coming over, in addition to Jaylen Brown, in addition to Maxey, in addition to Embiid, in addition to VJ. And I'm not going to list LeBron as an asset unless he actually brings the cheating aspect of it with him. All right, just as fast as you can, because we got a full show. Where do you rank that lineup in the whole NBA's lineups?
I can't think of a more stacked team.
Okay, that's Siberius's answer. Whether they're hurt or not is beside the point. Just the list of players available.
List of players, it's got to be top 3 stacked teams in the league, just based on just names and their contracts.
Okay, Robin.
Listen, man, I can't be quick about this. All right, so hold on a second here. But I want to say this. People need to understand the Philadelphia Sixers have now, with Jaylen Brown being acquired, 2 of the top 5 scorers from last season on your roster. So LeBron James is now playing with 2 of the top 5 scorers just from last season. So do they have one of the best rosters? They got 2 of the top 5 freaking scorers on their damn team. So obviously, when you add LeBron James, we're not even mentioning Joel Embiid, who's an MVP winner, who, if healthy, is supposed to be one of the best players in the NBA. So with all of that being said, you have one of the best rookies last year. VJ Edgecombe was one of the best rookies outside of Concanopple. And Cooper Flagg, was he not? Yes, he was. He can do multiple things. He's a two-way player, the young kid. And he's got a great athleticism to him. So when you talk about all that going on, we haven't mentioned the bench, which, like you mentioned, LH, is now all of a sudden being stabilized with other players that they're adding, maybe a KCP, but you have the other guys that were there from last season. It's going to be interesting what they're going to do.
Galapagos. Yeah. Thank you, Robin. Good job. Def Leppard sucks. Robbie off of Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt, that's a classic right there.
That's a great movie, man.
Hey, Robin knows Joe Dirt, but he didn't know Animal by Def Leppard.
Oh my goodness. I told you it was familiar, but I couldn't put it.
All right. It's not one of their biggest hits.
You gotta cut me some slack, man.
I know. Bronny's still waiting for his dad to return with the milk. Dad went out for milk.
Never came back.
Dad went out for cigarettes.
Oh, shout out to Uncut Hoops for stopping by.
Uncut, what's Uncut saying? We were just using a segment from your show.
Yeah, he was talking about the Philadelphia Sixers and how deep they were and stuff.
Okay, so
not too long ago, he was just here. Shout out to him.
Uncut, do you rank them as the top stacked? And remember, people, don't you dare think I'm complimenting LeBron. They were that stacked without LeBron's $3.9 million.
Listen, adding Jaylen Brown is a big move, man. I think it's a big move. Listen, I see a lot of LeBron James fans putting out content to dispute that LeBron James is stacking the team in ring chasing, and they're choosing the stats from the Philadelphia Sixers last season without Jaylen Brown. So you can't talk about what they really did last season, but not talk about them adding Jaylen Brown. In my video, I talked about how what Jaylen Brown brings to the table for the Sixers, some of the things they were missing. They weren't very good defensively. I think they were 16th on defense, so they were middle of the pack on defense. They were also 17th, I believe, on offense. Jaylen Brown's going to improve you in both of those areas, but LeBron James, if he's starting, is going to negate you in those areas.
What about addition by subtraction? Like getting rid of Paul George was a good thing.
Absolutely, but Paul George only played 35 games last season, so we can't really point to him as really having any impact, plus or minus, last year for the Sixers. He was out there on a suspension for the chemicals he was supposedly pumping himself with. Pandemic P, Pinky P, Podcast P, PEDP. My goodness, man, you have continued to embarrass yourself. This is the same fool from 2 seasons ago that took his father on a podcast and was offended that the Clippers did not offer him a no-trade clause. Dude, who the hell do you think you are? He wanted Kawhi Leonard money from the Clippers, and he was offended. That's why he went to the Sixers. And how did that work out for the Sixers?
He took steroids for depression, right?
Exactly.
Oh shit!
But we all saw Pandemic P with his boot on, right? Whenever he had his cast on, we all saw the dude celebrating out there, hanging out, living his life.
Zoltar 424 says, great analysis from all of you. Robin, I listen to you on my way to work most mornings. As to the Sixers, I think I get it now. They got Braun for when Embiid misses the second half of the season. Well,
that's not even a good replacement, though, is the thing.
Oh, he saw how well LeBron did against Gobert. Gobert actually earned Defensive Player of the Year for a brief series in 2025 playoffs when LeBron played the 5, supposedly. Sir Paladin Thundercake lediting it for his daughter James. We're gonna get to the family thing. Good Lord, could that guy could anyone use their family in a more despicable way?
He's a good father. AOH, come on, get off his back.
Yep, and that means he did a lot for the game of basketball.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
Mike Novak. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Is Caleb Wilson the real deal, or is this Bulls fan just sipping too much summer league Kool-Aid?
I hope he's the real deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying all the right things, and he looks good out there. So, like I said, it's still early. So, yeah, man, hopefully. The Bulls need some they need something, the Bulls.
Something, anything.
Look at these supers rolling in. Thank you, everybody. Robin, read this one.
Absolutely. Shout out to Silverface 8309 for coming through. Jordan equals Rocky, LeBron equals Tommy.
That's a great reference.
Y'all remember when Tommy wanted his damn respect too? LOL, keep exposing the fake narrative, guys. Yo, shout out to Silverface. Great comment, man.
That's Rocky 5, right?
5, yep.
Tommy Gunn,
yes.
Rocky 5.
Yeah.
The worst one, maybe.
4 is against the USSR. You can't forget that.
Yeah.
4 is the
I
best
love when he
one.
tells Tommy Gunn at the end when he knocks Paulie down on the bar, man, and he talks to him. He's like, yo, man, you knocked him down. Why don't you try knocking me down now?
Yep.
My man Rocky Balboa.
I need Robin's plug. I need his dealer. This is out of control. He's on 1,000.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. It's impressive. I'm not even joking.
All right.
I'm just doing my thing, man.
Spam, do your best here. It's your turn.
Shout out to Super 2099 with the $5 super chat. Don't forget, when these teams fail, don't get title, they end up hurting franchises for years. Nick's example of how long that took to turn around. Truth. Nobody's unfortunately, they're worried about just winning now and as easily as you can. That's why I love the Knicks, man. I'm not like a super fan, but I love how Brunson did it. Took a pay cut, paid off almost immediately.
Well, that's what the Bulls.
Speaking of the Knicks, Uncut Hoops, he had mentioned one of his last comments. He said that he believed that the Sixers might be the most stacked team, but he thought the Knicks were still the better team. And he said that this was giving him 2022 Lakers vibes when LeBron James told us keep that same energy.
All right, yeah, that's true. Let's watch for that. I keep meaning to ask you how you feel about Drummond coming in and Mitchell Robinson leaving. Okay, we won't go there.
I've never seen a Robin reaction like that.
Yeah, well,
I hope it's Andre Drummond, man. I can't say Andre Drummond.
Hey, self-declared greatest rebounder of all time, right?
Of all time.
Fucking dipshit. Anyone who says things like that, you already know. Sabag, Siberius, if you will.
Absolutely. If LeBron would have been a bit more generous on the Lakers and not demanding a max for years, he would have won another title already. So it's money first, winning later. Disgusting.
Yep.
I think that's true.
Except when no one will take you, except for the Sixers at $8 million, you have your publicist quickly say it's not about money.
Yep, exactly.
And by the way, he also said it's not about family after blaming his family since the very day he got on the podium after being swept. He has used his family every single day in the public eye as an important, he even said at one point, his daughter, he said, was the most important factor. And then he literally contradicts himself. Like, you don't even have to wait for people like us to point out the evidence that it isn't adding up. He puts out a statement that says it's not about family after saying it was about family. Flow State, 200 jewels. Hey, Robin, we got 200 jewels.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, they dropping jewels on us. I mean, we should go get some jewelry made up with all these jewels.
Oh, shit. Siberius read 10 1 love.
Add Embiid to the list of number 1 picks LeBron will have played with. Jordan played with 1, Kwame Brown.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
That doesn't count.
That's crazy.
And, this reminds me of what we've been talking about and what I told you guys, a year or so ago. And, the longer LeBron James continues to do this stuff, however long he wants to do it, he's going to get further and further away from the all-time greats. And these are some of the reasons why. Like my man just said, another number 1 pick you're going to be playing with. Like I said, next season, you're going to be playing with 2 of the top 5 scorers from the season before. Michael Jordan never went into a season when he was playing with 2 of the top 5 scorers from the previous season, man. Not even close. When Scottie Pippen played by himself in 1994, I believe he was 8th in scoring that season. He wasn't close to the top 5 like that. Them dudes, 2 of the top 5 scorers. Also, Joel Embiid's an MVP winner. Did Michael Jordan ever play with an MVP winner, man? What the hell are we talking about here, man? This is insane stuff. Joel Embiid is literally in his prime, or supposed to be in his prime, but he's not in his prime because he's Joel Embiid. He can't play back-to-back games. But this is laughable stuff when you think about the laundry list now of players LeBron James has played with.
Real Donald Trump's back with another super. And Robin, I hope you're digging into the details of this as a Knick guy. Is it true that Ladiddy tried to sign with the Knicks, but the Knicks said no? I have a report that LeBron's camp reached out to the Knicks, and the Knicks said they weren't interested. Now, what does reaching out to the Knicks mean? Like, I'm showing more integrity than a LeBron fan ever would. Like, did they just put the feelers out there and see if it was an option, or did they literally say, hey, we'd like to come here, and the Knicks said no? I don't know the details. I just know that the Knicks did not give the interest back.
Yeah, no.
Anything to add?
Well, I believe the story is true. You see a lot of people, I've seen people making videos talking about this stuff. And either way, remember, this is what we're talking about with the offseason. For the last several years, they've been trying to promote this narrative for LeBron James to go to New York Knicks. Like, he could be the missing link, the missing piece. Remember, that's how they're promoting it. He would have been the missing piece for the Knicks, who have been right there on the cusp, kind of like, is their window there? Is it not there? LeBron James is going to put him over the edge. Remember Stephen A. Smith? Yeah, man, I would love LeBron James to come to the Knicks. None of the New York Knicks fans wanted LeBron James there, and look what happened for the Knicks. You think if LeBron James went there, they would have won? No, they would not have. He would have jacked up everything that they had worked over the last several seasons. None of those guys would have the same consistency and cohesion that they showed during this playoff run.
I'm gonna come back to some supers so that we can do a little bit more of the show, but I will read a quick one from 24 Raptor. The Philadelphia 4 and 6ers. Damn.
Shout out to 24 Raptor. That's my guy. Shout out to him. 4 and 6ers. Yep.
That's your guy? All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So you and me. So give me that money. What are you doing? Why are you giving that to AOH? You can just give me $2. What's happening?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you've only been on for 4 years and aren't monetized, but
so speaking of personal shots,
I'll Venmo you. Hey, it's time to shit. It's time to shit on Shaq and Steam Engine, otherwise known as Richard Jefferson.
It's getting out of hand.
It's simple. You haven't followed the history of the game. Shaq left Orlando and Penny and a finals team to come to LA because he wanted to do movies. But nobody talks about him ring chasing. He won his 3 championships in LA. So when you talk about discrediting Ron, 100%. And that's what it is. People are going to do that when people want to be negative about how he approached the game.
If I knew that was acceptable, how did
play? So
since Beam couldn't shut his hole while the audio was playing, quiet.
Looks terrible.
Go ahead.
It's simple. You haven't followed the history of the game. Shaq left Orlando and Penny and a finals team to come to LA because he wanted to do movies. But no,
he contradicted himself right there. You just said he went there to make movies, not to chase rings. He wasn't a stacked roster. He didn't go to a stacked roster. Okay, that's one point. That's the technical side of it. He didn't go there joining a stacked roster. It was about money and it was about LA, which also is not cool. So Richard Jefferson thinking that he's using Shaq as an example of why what LeBron is doing is okay is kind of a deep topic to me, because I thought that what Shaq did was pretty gross. I remember a lot of people being like $100 million fucking dollars. What's happening to the sports world? It was like this insane contract at the time. And I didn't think he's ring chasing. I thought, geez, what an absurd amount of money. And it was gross. It was already gross back then without it even being ring chasing. So Richard Jefferson is wrong on two levels there. Shaq isn't a good example. Nobody respected that move. And it wasn't ring chasing. It was serving his own ego and his rap albums and his movies and the money. But Shaq also was a hell of a ring chaser. He got his rings in LA, and then he went to Miami, and then he went to Cleveland, and then he went to Phoenix, and then he went to Boston. I mean, my God, don't say anyone who says that Shaq didn't ring chase. Because, in fact, I'm jumping. I think Shaq tries to say that there's nothing wrong with it because if I would have known it was okay, I would have done it. Jesus Christ, Shaq, you did do it. The fuck you talking about?
You see, this is part of the problem when you're a LeBron James supporter. Everything that Richard Jefferson is doing here, like you pointed out, he's trying to use Shaquille O'Neal as a springboard to make his point. Instead of just making your point about LeBron James, which you need to use Shaquille O'Neal. So you actually jack this all up, Richard Jefferson, because like you said, you use the guy that you can't really use for that example. But let's be real here about Shaquille O'Neal. The team that he went to in LA was actually a very good team. I believe they won 50 games the year before Shaquille O'Neal got there. You had guys like Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel. Remember, these guys had 4 All-Stars that one season with Kobe Bryant. But remember, that's what we talked about. When they say that Shaquille O'Neal carried Kobe Bryant to 3 rings and all this nonsense, they forget about the progression. They forget the fact that Shaquille O'Neal was there when they had all these guys on the team, and yet and still they were getting swept by the Utah Jazz. So really, what was the determining factor here? Maybe it was a young kid named Kobe Bryant who finally developed and all of a sudden now put the Lakers over the top. But they'll take Shaquille O'Neal anyway. When you think about those scenarios, him leaving Orlando and leaving the team that he has, he brings up Penny Hardaway and the Orlando Magic going to the NBA Finals and then going away. Well, didn't they come back the next season? Didn't they get swept by Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls to East Conference Finals? So they actually attempted to come back and run it back. But what was part of the thing that Shaquille O'Neal talks about all these years later? That in fact, Michael Jordan got him a little scared. And all of a sudden, you didn't want to play in the Eastern Conference anymore. So in that regard, Shaquille O'Neal actually made a similar move to LeBron James, man. You bailed out on a team, on a grind, when Michael Jordan showed up on your doorstep and all of a sudden swept you guys in that round. So this whole thing doesn't make any sense when he tries to use Shaquille O'Neal as a guy who was ring chasing. But let's think about ring chasing. I talked earlier and I said the definition of ring chasing is being lost right now. Let's think about what that means.
We're going to get to it.
You're chasing a ring. That means you don't have a ring. When people bring up Charles Barkley, how many rings Charles Barkley got? He didn't have no rings. So how could you knock him and say, what Charles Barkley was doing LeBron? No, he wasn't. He's chasing a ring. Shaq had all them damn rings, and you start going to Boston, you start going to Phoenix, you start going to Cleveland. And why was Shaq doing this? Because Shaq thought he was going to be the determining factor. He thought he was going to be a guy that could maybe get the team over the edge. When we all know at that point in time, he wasn't doing that. He didn't have that impact. And why didn't he? Because Shaq didn't keep his ass in shape all them years.
Nope. But why didn't he? I mean, think about the real reason that he was ring chasing. It was bitterness against Kobe. He wanted to have more than Kobe. It's not because he personally wanted to win, because he was driven by competition and he wanted to be the greatest center ever. I mean, it was pettiness against Kobe. That's why he didn't have the motivation to stay in shape. His motivation was all out of whack.
Hollywood
but AOH, something else that's not being talked about.
Shaq's incredible. Shaq's incredible. I would never have wanted to be a pro athlete on a team that faced him. But as a person, there's a lot wrong with that dude. Mentally, his insecurity still comes forth during all of his talk shows. There's issues there. So he's not someone to look up to. That's not saying he wasn't an insane basketball player, but he's not someone to look up to.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say. As accomplished as he is, for him to be as sensitive as he is makes him actually kind of a unique figure. And you got to change this fucking screen. Richard Jefferson dropping him like this. What an asshole. Richard Jefferson propping him up like this is a bad example because Shaq is maybe the most for sale athlete in the history of fucking sports. There's nothing that man does not endorse. I promise you, if you Google anything related to Shaq, you will find the most random shit that his name is attached to. You got candies, you got tampons, you got crutches, you got fucking flowers, graduation caps, capes, all of it. His name is attached to anything and everything to keep himself relevant. So of course Richard Jefferson and Clutch are going to try to talk to somebody who has rings, and in my opinion got him the right way, but is also very pro, well, I'm a champion, I know more than see any conversation he ever had with Charles Barkley, right? Shaq is the exact person they want in their corner. He happens to just be the most sensitive athlete, not named LeBron James.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's defending LeBron's move, and if anyone doesn't need more money and more endorsements and like an extra paycheck coming from Clutch, you'd think it's Shaq, but it's happening anyway. Let me hit play for a second so we can get Richard off the screen.
Nobody talks about him ring chasing. He won his 3 championships in LA. So when you talk about discrediting Bron, 100%, and that's what it is. People are going to do that when people want to be negative about how he approached the game.
If I knew that was acceptable, I would have just went to Chicago. If I knew that was acceptable, I would have.
When would you have gone to Chicago? After you just signed a $100 million contract to go to LA? Because that's when Chicago was killing it. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Shaq contradicts himself a lot.
If I knew
all the goddamn time.
Knew that was okay, you know what I'm saying? I would have went and played with a team that was almost there, like Utah. I would have went and played in Utah.
Would you really? You gonna go make your rap albums in Utah?
He said Utah was almost there. What does that even mean, man? Are you kidding me? They weren't almost there. They went back-to-back NBA freaking finals. They were a championship team. They didn't need you to make them a championship team. They had enough already, Shaq. What the hell are you talking about? Go look how many 60-win seasons the Utah freaking Jazz had in the freaking 90s, dude. Stop with the nonsense, man. You didn't want... Listen, that's where I respect Shaquille O'Neal. You did not go and try to get yourself a cheap ring. That you did not do. LeBron James has done this multiple times now and is trying to put himself in the best possible position by putting the odds in his favor Listen, LeBron James stacked the odds in his favor so much that in 2016, in the preseason odds, the Cavs had the best odds to win the chip. They weren't even the defending freaking champions. That's how stacked they were because everyone thought and figured, oh, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love weren't there. So with those guys, they're going to blow the Warriors out next season. That's how stacked these teams are, man. But y'all out here talking about he wasn't the favorite in the finals.
Musical interlude. Who can name it?
God damn, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right,
Good job,
I don't know
Sunday.
Steely Dan. I'll admit, I don't know Steely Dan, man. So forgive me on that. Don't know. I know of him, but never heard
that. You liked that beat though, didn't you? You liked that song?
It was good though. It's a good little rhythm right there.
Let me finish this Shaq ring chasing, LeBron ring chasing.
He stacked it in Miami. He stacked it in Cleveland. He stacked it in LA. Now he's stacking it in Philly.
He's not chasing the ring. You hear these things like, why do we have to chase? He got 4. There's nothing to chase. He's not chasing the ghosts or anything like that.
I like. Hold on, I gotta gear up for this because we're gonna shit on Rachel Nichols for a while, but what a fucking whore. Why does saying that you have 4 automatically mean that you're not ring chasing? Like at 0 you're chasing, at 1 you're chasing 2, at 3 you're chasing 4, at 4 you're chasing 5. And then LeBron literally puts out a statement saying that he's doing it to win a title. But I just, all right, let it play.
Talked about
Because it makes me really mad that someone actually repeated his stupid fucking ass.
the desire to win. If I'm going to do all of this again, it's because I want to win.
Yeah, ring chasing.
It can't be ring chasing if you have 4 rings.
He's
Possible.
chasing a 5th.
Oh.
What do you mean?
You're not ring
That's
chasing.
just such a weak defense.
It was interesting. If you look at what LeBron.
Okay, so that multiple people, I think that was uncommon. Now this is basketball show, and then I included this because of how fake she looks. Like this bitch is going on TV with a full AI facial restructuring.
LeBron's tweet said he talked
Ooh.
about the desire.
I didn't
to
notice it
win.
until you just said
if I'm
it.
going to do all of this again, it's because I want to win.
Yeah, ring chasing.
It can't be ring chasing if you have 4 rings.
He's
Possible.
chasing a 5th. What do you mean?
You're not ring chasing. Wanting to.
She doesn't explain herself when asked any better than Rich Paul does. She just repeated the same nonsense she said before. He asked a very logical question. He's like, "What do you mean? You're going for your 5th?" Duh. And we all know why, even though he denies it. We all know why. He would have stayed in LA and taken the minimum and not moved out of his dream home that he built and moved his daughter, who was pursuing a budding volleyball career.
To win in your sport is not ring.
You know, as a leader, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, man. You can't just, because the ship's sinking, all of a sudden I'm gonna jump off and swim to another ship like that. You don't do that, right? If you can win championships in front of everybody, then you could miss the playoffs in front of everybody.
No, it's hard. It's hard to stay.
It is hard.
And that's why in the jersey retirement ceremony, I talked about that. It might have been easier for you to leave. And, you know, you didn't.
Right. You know, because
it's
a
competitive
challenge.
move.
It's a
Yeah.
competitive move.
Oh. Did he just
It's a competitive move. Okay.
say it was a competitive move?
It's a challenge. It shows that this guy really. I always say, when we were, you can't see it, but LeBron put a video out, right?
Just Gilligan Island.
Oh my fuck! He's lying. He's lying as we fucking speak. Like, does nobody know what a lie fucking looks like anymore? That's why this is so frustrating to me. I watched this earlier today, AOH, and he said, well, LeBron came up with this decision at 1 a.m. When he answers the fucking question, you can see him look around looking for a motherfucking answer. Like,
yep.
a 6-year-old child would be able to identify what a liar is wearing a stupid fucking shirt like that, looking like a worm.
That makes him a liar?
No. Well, obviously the words out of his mouth too, but you don't trust people that look and sound exactly like this. It is, and Max Kellerman, who I used to rock with all the time, is just slurping this shit up and guiding Rich Paul through the conversation. He is literally babying him through the conversation like someone who's like taking their fucking toddler across a parking lot or something like that.
I wanted to put
infuriating.
I want to put a clock on the screen for how much time goes by before Rich Paul says anything at all. Like he stumbles between different shit before he even comes back to the sentence he tried to say.
And it's every time, regardless of what
Every
question
time.
you ask him. It's
And
every
we already
time.
know, look, we already know that the decision in 2011 was a lie. We already know that he went on stage and lied that was a last minute decision, but he wasn't punished for it. So why would we be surprised that he's lying again now? He's not going to face any consequences.
Man, this dude sitting there with a shirt with palm trees and sand castles on it, looking like a straight fool, man. I ain't talking nonsense. Listen, one of the problems for LeBron James and his fan base, and he's talking about the chasing of the rings and all this other nonsense, him bouncing around from team. LeBron James has been dead weight for years on the basketball court. We're talking about dead ass weight. This man's negative on the basketball court. He stayed in games with the team up by 20. He stayed in games with the team down by 20. You're telling me that LeBron is actually bringing value to the Sixers or any team that he goes to over the last 4 or 5 seasons? This man has done little to nothing on the basketball court as far as him giving you something. I told you the only way LeBron James is bringing something to the Sixers next season, the only way he's going to have any kind of positive impact on the Sixers is if this man comes off the bench and plays 15 minutes a night. And when he's out there, he don't take no freaking shots. And all he does is rebound and play defense. That's it. There's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else. You better just play 15 freaking minutes, come off the bench, and that's all you have to focus on, man.
So it's all great points, but I have this lined up for later when we talk about the Philly broadcasters and other people that say that I'm not gonna good points. Oh my God.
With him at the podium, I can show it to you. And when we were making the video, I got emotional because of the journey.
Spew more of nothingness. Spew more nothing.
So I gotta say this because this is the shit that really bothers me. When you stand on your actions, you don't have to defend them with words. You don't have to say, I'm doing it to compete. I'm doing, it's a challenge. It's a competitive move. When Jordan went to the Wizards, nobody had to say anything like that because the move demonstrated that action. You didn't have to step behind it and say, oh, well, no, I actually did it for this, this, and this. No, we know exactly why you did it. Yep. Actions speak louder than words, and especially when your words are full of shit. Anyway.
I have to do
Siberius.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. I have to get through some supers.
Yeah, there's a ton.
Lediddy is the first athlete to abandon his son on another team. Maybe he wants him to have the single parent experience as punishment. Ow. Great dad. That was from Beaglemancer. Thank you, Beaglemancer. Siberius, you want to read Jesse Gladsaget? Thank you, Jesse Gladsaget.
Absolutely. If the PED from Akron were truly unselfish, he would share some of his megalodon testosterone steroids with his teammates.
I dare LeBron James to play 82 games next season and energize the Philadelphia Sixers fans.
He'll play 2 minutes per game and get his 82, and all fanboys will be like, "Look, he's an Iron Man." Good news, Robin. We got 10 jewels.
Yes,
we got a gold coin actually.
Gold coin. Sure, me too.
Speam. Read Mike
He
Novak.
says shiver me Tim.
Shiver.
I get it.
Wow,
I didn't get it at first, and now I get it.
What's in me treasure chest?
Oh, that's good. No, that's good. Shout out to Mike Novak 5960 with the $10 super chat. Jordan owes his rings to Dennis Hobson. 91, Bobby Henson. 92, John Paxson. Oh, okay. 93, Steve Kerr. 96, Robert Parrish. 97, Dickie Simpkins. 98, through Rich Paul, probably.
That was a great one.
Fantastic.
Great one, Mike. Robin, your turn with Jesse.
Yo, shout out to Jesse Gladsaget again, always coming through. MJ won 10 scoring titles. The Bricks teammates over the years have won a combined 10 scoring titles. Hashtag no help.
That's wow. Good. That's a fun little stat.
That's an astute observation.
Skinter Scoldham. 200 jewels. Old man. Flow state.
Flow state.
I don't even know what any of this means.
Now we have watermelon with 500 jewels from Seth O'Toole.
Oh, now you're trying to make me hungry out here.
Damn, dude. Look at all these supers. Thank you, everybody. Jefferson, the toe, who was a much better defender as an analyst than he ever was as a player. Wow. That's from Sir Paladin Thundercake.
And remember, LeBron James had that dude guarding Kevin Durant in the 2017 NBA Finals, man.
Yep.
You didn't have Kevin Durant's bullshit spout on your schedule, did you, AOH? Because he's been looking like a goof too.
I mean, he would just be another example on top of what we're already talking about. You can mention him, but it wasn't worth it.
No, I was just curious. No, he's a bitch as far as I'm concerned for the rest of life doing what he's doing.
Xavier, to God, last show's super chat king. Shaq left Magic for money. I agree. That's what I said. Wanting 150 million and jealousy of Penny. And Jerry West told him, big fella, I got you. 120 million in this young kid, Kobe.
And the rest is history.
Yes, it is. Siberius, read Praise the Dawn.
Shaq's a bully. He never grew up. God forbid you disagree with him. He threatens violence on you, always talking reckless to Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
And
Yo,
Shaq
that's so
and
true.
LeBron
Shout out to
are
Crazy
the
Don because he's mad disrespectful. Listen, I have no problem with banter back and forth, but Shaq is petty with that stuff. Whenever Charles Barkley gets him on something, all right, and Shaq feels like you guys say, he's very sensitive and he takes it so personal. He really stoops low to really try to make Charles Barkley look like a fool, man.
Spame, read Xavier DeGod.
Shout out to Xavier. As Kobe said, if Shaq had his mindset and work ethic, he would be the greatest of all time and they would have 10 rings. Truth. A healthy Shaq is, I mean, Shaq unhealthy is a dominant force. A healthy Shaq is just unfathomable.
Right.
I mean, seriously, I don't think, real quick, I don't think kids understand how dominant Shaq was. When you watched him play, there was no answer for him. Like, just not at all. Kids do not get that level of dominance now.
Mr. Shandy says Oswald Bates doesn't even have the brain power to finish his thoughts before changing to something else. Yeah, that reminds me of someone else who constantly blabbers and never finishes sentences, and his cult has no problem continuing to follow him. I think we're getting clowned now because we're getting Laughing Disco, we're getting Unk Alert, we're getting High Five, Gold Coin.
You guys are rubbing it in, huh? All right.
I don't know what.
I like it.
Thank you.
I like everybody joining in, man.
Jesse gave a Unk Alert too. We're almost through these supers. Siberius again. Read Twillins?
Oh, sure. Give the guy with brain damage the fucked up one.
I didn't preview it. I couldn't even get through his YouTube name. Robin will do it. Robin, you want it?
Yeah, shout out to all you guys, man. Once again, Twilitesin. I probably jacked your name all up, but thank you for coming through.
Toilet who?
Yo,
Siberius is the one who's not supposed to be able to read it, Robin. Come on.
So he said that the 2026 Philadelphia Sixers versus, they say, the 2008 Boston was a super team. So you had Brown, and he's comparing him to Pierce. And then they have two finals. And, they're going over the accolades. One championship, finals MVP versus none. Then you have LeBron James and Joel Embiid, and they're comparing it to Kevin Garnett. 2 MVPs, 1 finals MVP. You have Rondo versus VJ, both second year. You have Maxey and Ray Allen being compared. One entering his prime, one exiting. And then they actually put Perkins on there. Well,
oh, I didn't see that.
So what they were doing is if you look at it and you talk about the 2008 Boston Celtics and how they were a super team that LeBron James fans are always telling you about, and they came together to stop LeBron James, they're comparing them to the 2026 Philadelphia Sixers team.
Thank you to everybody who is putting through these gold coins and things that old men don't get. And let me play a little bit more.
And because I know everything this guy has been through, and I know where his heart is. And I think that
not with his family,
get people outside voices and all these different things, and the spitefulness, the purposeful, you got all these
today, Junior.
I don't know if they podcasters or analysts or whatever you want to call it.
You don't know? You just told us, you're just giving us examples of what these people are saying, but you don't know who you're talking about?
Nope.
They built a business off of talking negative about LeBron James,
This motherfucker right here talks shit about Michael Jordan right now. Now, LeBron fans do the same thing and try to make a living off of pretending that they're in the same conversation. This guy's whole master plan was to create a conversation that shouldn't exist by using Michael Jordan's name and inserting LeBron James in it. LeBron James just leapfrogging. No one can explain to this day how LeBron leapfrogged Kobe, much less all the other people that are better than LeBron. LeBron James exists because of a conversation that compares him to Michael Jordan.
No,
the
you're right.
irony is Rich Paul is famous because of one man's name. Rich Paul has a job, a career because of one man's name. He is the commercial fucking vision of somebody who profits off of one person. Like,
yep.
And nobody has the guts to say this to his fucking face.
Which is ridiculous.
It's
I mean,
so weird.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like you said, they can never give you examples. Where are the examples of the things that you're talking about here, my man? Like this dude, Rich Paul, can't give you any analogies. He can't give you an example. If we say, for example, that LeBron James is walking on defense, he's not making across half court. He's sitting here telling you, the content creators, oh, we're talking negative. Listen, if what we're saying makes LeBron James look bad, that's not our fault. We're not lying about what he's doing. So if I say in the video, yo, did you guys see LeBron James last night? He couldn't even make it across half court. How is that me saying something that's wrong or it's not accurate? I'm giving you the facts. I'm reporting on what's happening. When you guys are talking about Michael Jordan, you say what? Well, Michael Jordan's only 6-0 because he didn't play against anybody. That's a complete fabrication. That's a complete freaking lie. If we say LeBron James hasn't played defense in 10 seasons, and I could point to the fact that he hasn't made an all-defensive team since he was 29 years old, and we could point to that how many times he does not make it across half court, how many times his team's playing 4 and 5, how many times we see LeBron James standing there, someone drives right by him, he doesn't even put a hand down, he don't even try to play help defense. That's not us talking negative about LeBron James. That's us reporting about LeBron James and telling you what he's doing that makes him look bad. That ain't on us, man. Don't come out here and try to tell. If you put a video, AOH, and you show LeBron James flopping to high hell, yelling, hey, then you show the replay, and no one touched this fool. That ain't us making him look bad, talking negative about him. You didn't fabricate or edit the footage. That's LeBron James doing his goofy ass stuff. If I turn around and say, Michael Jordan ain't never played no peekaboo on the court, that's not me lying. We saw him do it, Rich Paul.
Speaking of, we got 2 of LeBron's poses with my next musical interlude. You guys stop me when you know it. I'm so disappointed.
I'm disappointed in myself because I fancy myself a music guy.
I think you were just talking about this guy a couple weeks ago.
Is this Don Henley?
He got it, Don Henley. Robin, you were talking about Glenn Fry. My bad.
Yeah, Glenn Fry,
all right.
The heat is on.
Hey, shout out to Mark Book for saying Rich Paul has dainty hands. That's a great observation. That's a fantastic observation.
Just needed a little musical break there from Rich Paul before we finish this victimhood thing. This victimhood segment's a little too long.
Yeah. And a lot of it is because they can't accept the fact that
spit it out.
He did things his way. And sometimes when you sit in our seat, especially as black men in America, and then in this case an athlete,
here we go.
Doing something your way, it's not the ideal thing. And they wait on you to fall. They wait on you to fail. And
did he just do a pull up?
Robin? Yeah.
I swear Robin just did a pull up.
He did. He's got his pull-up bar set up in there. Last episode or 2 episodes ago, we resurfaced Pineapple Mid-Range's video and what Rick Bucher said. LeBron James basically stole from almost every black man in the NBA to enrich himself and a few elite basketball players. He fucked over everyone for a few. Don't ever pretend he's got the best interests of black, white, or any color person. LeBron James has himself in mind every single fucking time.
And I'm so tired of people saying that people are mad because LeBron James did it his way. Who the hell cares which way you listen, man? He didn't do it his way. He didn't do it the right way. And that's what we're talking about with LeBron James, man. You can do things however you want to do it. Do it your way. Your way ain't the right way, man. Your way is the way that does not earn you the respect. That's why you're asking for the respect, man. Frank Sinatra did it his way. Ain't no problem with that stuff, man.
You.
I want my damn respect.
Robin, what's even worse than that is using this race card, yo. It's ridiculous because there are people of color. There's people of color. There's white people. There's black people. There's people all over this nation that have to fight uphill for everything. This man's a billionaire. He's a millionaire. So what are we sitting here talking about? You doing it your way? Hey, Robin, you just said it. Your way is the wrong way. You're stacking the deck. So for you to attach a racist connotation to it is disgusting and a slap in the face to people who do have to deal with that bullshit on a day-to-day basis. So for you to combine the two, it's like, yo, it's so disrespectful to your entire like lineage. And again, there's nobody in the room. I wish Max Kellerman had the guts to say like, yo, like you realize the stupid shit that you're saying about your own people, you know?
I mean, guys,
it's crazy.
My best, man.
No. I mean, that's the gist of it. Is it's a slap in the face to people that have to deal with this shit on a day-to-day basis for you to attach a racist connotation to it.
I mean, listen, we all want to do things, quote unquote, our way. But sometimes we can't do things the way that we want to do them. And that's when people correct you, fool. That's how you learn from things. If you just did whatever the hell you wanted to do, however the hell you wanted to do it, anytime you wanted to do it, the world would be jacked up way more than it already is, man. So everybody can't do everything the way they want to freaking do it. We all hope to live our lives the way that we want to do it and do things that way. But you can't do everything that way. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things, man. There's a way that people are going to respect. There's a way that people are not going to respect. So whatever the result that you get, however you get there is the important part.
Yeah, people need to understand it's good that people don't get to do things their way. It's good that you have to grow up and learn, oh, good thing I wasn't allowed to go and do it that way. And that Kobe soundbite, I didn't put the right one on there because Kobe talks about the hard part of sticking things through. Stay through the bad times if you're going to also enjoy the good times. And then the co-host, whoever else was on the stage, says, well, people need to do what's best for them. No, bitch. No, that's such a cop-out. That is such a cop-out. That is what everyone who's a piece of shit today says. I just have to do what's right for me. What's right for you is wrong for everyone else, then you're doing the wrong thing. Stop being a selfish piece of shit and be part of society.
Word.
Exactly. You don't get to say,
I have to live my truth.
I express myself differently from everyone. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Stop being a piece of shit and then making a speech to undo the fact that you're a piece of shit.
Well, when did calling a scumbag become hate?
Exactly.
No, it's why we have so many scumbags, because they don't get called out anymore. You have rich pieces of shit like Rich Paul on TV, and then you have sellouts Max Kellerman sitting there saying, tell me more about your bullshit.
Yep.
I better get to some supers. In fact, I think Armando Ruiz here talks about what we're talking about. Society rewards spin over substance. No better mascot, in my opinion, than LeBron James, where the narrative always wins and we're tasked with cleaning up the mess. God, by the way, I think I cut Richard Jefferson off before he started talking about the narrative against LeBron James. It's not a goddamn narrative. We are reciting history, dude.
Exactly. You know what's interesting about that is one of the things that they talk about LeBron James is his social media following. And I thought about that and I was like, well, what are people attracted to? They're attracted to drama and bullshit. So who gives a shit what his social media following is? If he has 60 million followers on whatever platform it is, more than likely 97% of them are fucking morons and the other 3% are people that are trying to tell you that he's full of shit, right? But they're all attracted to the bullshit that he brings. It's almost never about basketball. It's always about something outside of basketball. So the idea that his social media following is brought up as one of the things that he brings to a team or brings to the equation tells you how bad things are, because it's a complete detachment from the fucking sport itself that he claims to love so much.
Yeah. Jimmy James with the super says, so glad MJ never had his own Rich Paul. Indeed. The good old days where we didn't even know who Michael Jordan's agent was.
I mean, remember Michael Jordan had Ahmad Rashad, right? He had Ahmad Rashad. That was like his best friend, right? That was like his confidant. Ahmad Rashad never act like this. You know why? Because Ahmad Rashad was a grown-ass man. So he carried himself like a grown-ass man. So again, when you talk about the dynamic between someone like Ahmad Rashad and Michael Jordan, man, it's way different than someone like Rich Paul and LeBron James and how he talks about LeBron James, like you said, in a really weird, cringy way.
Didn't the narcissist say ring culture is toxic? He sure did. Didn't he say at the end of the day it's just basketball? He sure did. So this hypocrite decided to ring chase in Philly instead of cementing a legacy in Cleveland. The only thing I'll say there is the only way he could have cemented a legacy in Cleveland was by never leaving Cleveland in the first place. I wasn't going to buy into this going back there bullshit. Nope. In fact, let's take a break from Rich Paul and look at LeBron's full quote. Just absurd, ridiculous trash here. Because he mentions Cleveland at the end, his last sentence, "Thank you, LA, Miami, I'll forever love." Jesus Christ, he didn't even form the sentence correctly. And Northeast Ohio will always home. You don't give a really? I mean, did people in Ohio buy into this? They're like, hey, thanks for saying no, but you did pretend that this is home, a home you don't want to go to, apparently. Come on, what are these empty words? Why do people get excited about empty words? I'm not going for money. Yes, this whole problem in LA started with your issue with money, so you're lying. I'm not going for family. You said that they were your biggest factor in your decision making in the off season, so you've already contradicted yourself. What I'm really playing for at this point, well, you already told us you had nothing to prove years ago. I still want to sacrifice. Is he talking about the process again? I still want to work. You want to avoid your family, motherfucker. This guy's avoiding his family. I still want to compete and have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. I believe, and then Robin, you did a video on this. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, which they already became in the offseason without you being added. And I'm so excited to energize a new fan base. And it's because of LeBron. Hey, just repeat what he said. Hey, LeBron gets the credit for any energy that Philly has. I haven't even gotten to the Philly radio guys. We got to try and get to that.
Talk about it right now. Segue right into that.
All right. Let me get that off the screen.
And although has not done it in an arrogant way.
No,
he's not done it.
I tell you, boy, you can't let that crap play for 5 seconds.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
No, like Muhammad Ali was arrogant about it.
Yeah.
But LeBron has been very LeBron has been very kind of magnanimous about it.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
And league friendly, and
he's given so much to the game.
Victory!
Okay. Jesus. Okay. They ended it with
really aggravated with the Muhammad Ali comparisons. LeBron, listen, Muhammad Ali was before my time. But again, I listened to people that knew more than me, that talked about this man when I was young, and the things that they talked about, how he went about his business, things that he sacrificed, all the things that Muhammad Ali stood for, all the things that he's remembered for. It's getting really disrespectful for people to keep mentioning LeBron James with Muhammad Ali, man, and you call Muhammad Ali arrogant, and you use it in a negative connotation compared to LeBron freaking James. The arrogance of Muhammad. Are you kidding me right now? A guy who played in a boxing sport.
Ali had swagger. And it was always his personality. It was always his personality. It wasn't something that he put on every now and then. It was just always
that was deliberate, Robin and AOH, because there's 1,000 athletes that we could call arrogant or have some level of hubris, right? But you immediately attach Muhammad Ali to LeBron James. There's 1,000 other athletes he could have mentioned. But you go with that. You go with Muhammad Ali. Like, that is disrespectful on a different level. You continue to attach him to somebody who was a real activist, who wanted to make real change, who sacrificed during the prime of their career. You could have said anybody. You could have said athlete A, B, or C that was arrogant. But for you to go with Muhammad Ali, especially Max Kellerman, as a boxing guy, that's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Is anyone more arrogant and disrespectful than LeBron James? All right, we're going to move on from this. Fairy Dust says, "Hi guys, is LeBron the oldest NBA player in history? If he is, that's not a flex. That's sad. It means he can't let go." No, he's not. Not yet. Willis made it to 43.
Who, Kevin Willis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I think you might be right. I'm not sure. That's actually a good question right there. He's getting up there, like you said. I think maybe if he plays next season, he might tie for the oldest player. I don't know. I remember how old Robert Parrish was when he finally hung it up also. But those guys played pretty late. Vince Carter was pretty old too.
Nat Hickey played at 45.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the Philly Sports Radio. Now, I was made aware of this from a soundbite that the basketball show used, and it made me want to hear more. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed in what I heard on the rest of the show. I thought that Philly was coming for him, as many of you have predicted that Philly was not going to be very welcoming. This show was pretty gross. So that guy, I'm going to skip. He just was basically auditioning to be on ESPN. He just
is he doing Ginobili with LeBron James' name?
No, he just made happy LeBron noises for like 10 minutes, and then this guy's the soundbite that was featured on basketball show, and we're going to talk about it. But I'll let you guys know, don't get too excited, because he spends the rest of the show with these guys getting on LeBron's nuts.
The Philadelphia 76ers fan. I hate this, every single little tiny bit of it. Every bit of it. Now, I said if he signed here, the first day would be the best day, right? We see the tweet, everyone, he chose us. That's what we love in Philadelphia. Pick us, pick us, pick us. It's like Pick Me City, USA. He picked us. But everything after this is going to be intolerable. The excitement about the young players you had with VJ and Maxey, gone. Because it's just LeBron Central. The excitement about getting Jaylen Brown, gone. Because it's LeBron Central. And then we just have to sit around and wait for LeBron to make everything about him. Jaylen Brown's taking too many mid-range jumpers. Don't worry, LeBron will say it. Tyrese Maxey's not doing his part. Don't worry, LeBron will say it. VJ Edgecombe maybe should be in trade rumors so LeBron can get one of his 45-year-old veteran friends to come here and help him not win a championship. Don't worry, we'll find out about it, because Philadelphia is now centered around LeBron James and Rich Paul, and it's exactly what I never wanted. And I'm just...
Which again...
But they go on... Now, everything he said there is accurate. That's what happens. You get all these headaches that come with LeBron James, and everything, the good momentum that you're on is probably going to be damaged, and your young players don't get to develop, and people are going to be sacrificed for LeBron's sake. Problem is that then later on, they're basically, well, but it's worth it because, overall we're a better team and our chances of winning have improved and things like that, which is ridiculous. Robin, you touched on this earlier about what LeBron brings to the team. 4-on-5 on defense. Just the only way that he can score is, well, let's see if the referees and the cheating come. Let's see if Philadelphia inherits what LA's been enjoying. But the dude, I think that list here. Let me read the roster here. Okay, so I already said Anthony Simons is a side note. KCP, Embiid, Brown, Maxey, Edgecombe, Jabari Walker, Dean Wade. What's her name? Rachel Nichols actually scoffed at Dean Wade, which would be fine, except that when he was on Cleveland a few years ago, he was being made out to be a really good piece of a team. But now that he's on LeBron's team, he's laughable. I don't know that much about Dean Wade. Except that for a while he was being promoted.
Dean Wade was the guy they were attempting to guard Jalen Brunson with at a time. They were trying to use his size versus Jalen Brunson.
Well, LeBron's going to stand around at the perimeter. He's going to throw a pass to the left, but he's going to go like this so that you think it was a cool pass, and they'll say he's facilitating. he'll make bad plays, but they will keep saying that he always makes the right play no matter how many bad plays he makes. I mean, with that roster, there's no room for LeBron James whatsoever. Somebody's going to suffer because of LeBron James.
You know what I'm interested to know about next season, and I talked about this in my video, is the free throw disparity that what the Sixers or versus what the Sixers were dealing with last season. We're always talking and we laugh about it, right? The Lakers always have way over, the amount of free throws than their opponent gets. And we laugh about this. It was plus 457 last season for the Lakers. Well, the Philadelphia Sixers last year were plus 48. A plus 48, almost over 400 difference from the Lakers. So what's the plus minus going to look like for the Sixers next season with LeBron James coming to the team? Are they going to be plus 200 next year? Or are they going to be plus 300 next season? Because if in fact they get the foul calls and the free throws like Austin Reeves was getting, like the team overall gets when you have LeBron James on your roster, that will definitely in fact help the Sixers next season.
LBJ should have been on the chopper that day, not Kobe.
Wrong kid died. What was that? What's the quote? Wrong kid died. Wrong son died. What's that?
I don't know.
Who? What?
Wrong kid died.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's from a movie. It'll come back to me. I've been drinking.
Oh man.
Real quick, AOH, a dynamic that nobody's talking about that I just want to bring up really quickly. Jaylen Brown, quote unquote, smartest guy in the room, right? Now coupled with LeBron James, dumbest man in the room. It's going to be really, I'm joking, but I'm not. It's going to be really interesting to see somebody who's hyper aware, like a Jaylen Brown, of everything that's going on in the world in the same room as somebody who pretends to be somebody who is hyper aware. And the two of them are going to be caught in a lot of political conversations over this upcoming next season. And it's going to be really funny watching LeBron try to keep up with Jaylen Brown in those conversations. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't want to get lost in that too much.
Well, it brings it back to Jaylen Brown got traded before he knew what was happening. But do you guys think he knew? As we've often been reminded by ESPN after the fact, at first it was a despicable move and LeBron was innocent, but then years later they come back and say, oh, LeBron's very calculating. He's planned every move way in advance. And that makes it, and that's great. Now that it's over with, we think it's great. Is this another one? Did he know? Did Jaylen Brown know as well? Did they know way in advance? Or is Jaylen Brown being blindsided and Jaylen Brown's like, fuck, how do I don't think I've already got Stephen A. Smith after me. I've already got Nike after me. I don't want the LeBron James Mafia after me. So he can't demand his way out without getting in trouble. He's fucked. Jaylen Brown's fucked.
The funny thing is that okay, serious.
I don't think he knew, and I absolutely think he was blindsided. I think had he known that LeBron was going to end up on that team, he would have done everything within his power to not go there.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing. I think we all understand, agree that the funny thing is, and the reason why we clown someone like LeBron James is because everyone knows he's not going to the Sixers unless Jaylen Brown was there first. If Jaylen Brown never went there, LeBron James was not going to go to the Sixers to help Tyrese Maxey and Embiid with VJ Edgecombe. Brown was the deciding factor where he was going. He understood what Jaylen Brown brought to the table for a Sixers team who was really, like I said, if they could get Joel Embiid to get his head out of his butt and actually play some damn games, they would be a formidable squad. Now, again, are they going to be the favorite to win a championship? That's a debate, and that's a discussion for another day. But LeBron James ain't going there without Jaylen Brown there.
Musical interlude, last one of the day. Name it as fast as you can. I cheated. I doubled down on the Steely Dan. Love.
That graphic is dope. AOH, that graphic is fantastic.
Thank you. I don't take credit for it, but I Love Them Skin says he's supposed to lighten the load for Embiid. Embiid's going to have to work double to make up for him. Yeah, you remember what Anthony Davis had to go through making up for LeBron James's blow-bys? Anthony Davis guarded 2 people all season. I see that you have something queued up, Siberius.
I do. So this is Shaq saying that it's not.
He's going to go somewhere where
That's not even necessarily what I want to highlight. Watch this motherfucker's eyes. You can tell he's reading a script.
LeBron is going to go somewhere where he can win another ring. You know,
Miami?
Miami, Golden State, maybe even Philly. You know, what we realize towards the end of our career is once we're done, we can never play again. So you never want to retire and say, I should have did this, I should have did that.
Which is what Shaq thinks in his mind every single day of his life.
Yeah.
Still has 2-3 years left, I think. So kudos to him for trying to, align himself with the team where he can win another championship. That's what it's all about. A lot of these haters call it ring chasing.
He's definitely glancing. The teleprompter is down below him.
But yeah, you're supposed to be chasing rings, because if you chase rings and you accomplish getting rings, that's what we call greatness. Those who
Wait, what did he say? If you accomplish what?
He didn't really. He blurred a few sentences together, but then he said that's what. That's what we call greatness. We call greatness is defined by how you do something, not the end product. Oh, Robin's gonna.
This is weird.
Wait, should I let it finish, Siberius, or is that enough?
No, that's enough. I mean, he already said what I was trying to highlight, and it was really more the looking at the script that I was trying to highlight.
Now, did he get in trouble for this because he thought he was helping LeBron by saying there's nothing wrong with ring chasing, and now they're saying that he's not ring chasing? Which is it? Clutch Sports? Get your goddamn script in order before you put your bullshit out there.
Well, so also, did you guys hear that Shaq is now an advisor for LeBron?
Yeah,
what's that even mean?
I don't know what that means.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Oops, sorry. I'm just putting.
We're just naming shit now. We're just calling people things. Is this the conversation about ring chasing versus winning? Because I would really, really love to get into it, because this is out of fucking control. It's out of control. Like, that's not what we're talking about. He is stacking the deck. If you're gonna chase a ring, go win a legit ring like Jalen Brunson did. Don't just go join the best fucking team. That's not like. It's frustrating because these shifts in narratives used to take place over the course of maybe like a season or 2. But now it just happens over like a month. Over a month. Robin, you talked about it. AOH, Siberius. We've all talked about how the narrative has shifted for this man's career over the last 3 weeks dramatically. And for you to not be able to keep track of your own lives like this when you're in the public eye 24/7 is fucking weird. And unfortunately, it takes people like us to point it out. There's nobody with any integrity on ESPN or Fox Sports, talking about how this just changes, except for. But there's nobody with any kind of clout saying, "Hey, like, you guys changed the story every other day now. You used to wait between seasons, and now it's literally every other day." Robin, you talked about this earlier. Ring chasing. Okay, if you're going to chase a ring, do it the right way. Go to a team, build a team up, build through the draft, like make it organic. Don't just go to fucking the Sixers. That's doing exactly what you've been doing since you left Cleveland. Nothing has changed. It's just weird. People have goldfish memories and even less intelligence. It's weird and it's problematic.
You know what's sad here is like you're saying, and I feel like Shaquille O'Neal in this instance, and like if you think about Shaq overall, we mentioned some of this stuff earlier. Shaq's a great businessman. He's made a lot of money off the basketball court, Shaquille O'Neal, with his charisma, with his personality, with his legacy, as a great basketball player. But it seems to me that if he doesn't really need the money, we always laugh about people getting paid off from LeBron James and the media. So Shaq doesn't really need the money per se, but it almost seems that he really believes that people are actually hating on LeBron James, and that people need to kind of like, hey man, why can't we just take it easy on LeBron James? He's not really ring chasing, but it's not really, ring chasing, but he is like, you don't even know what he's saying sometimes. It doesn't even make any sense. So when he talks about LeBron James and, him possibly going to some of these teams in interview, and I talked about this in my videos, I talked about Shaq's comments. He contradicts himself left and right in these comments all the time, regarding someone like a LeBron James. So you never can gauge, what he's trying to say when he's trying to say this stuff. Shaq's biggest problem, it seems, that he regrets things in his career. We all know that Shaq talks about himself in a way that's not accurate. And he always seems to have those regrets of not keeping himself in shape and not really maximizing his overall talents. He was an underachiever to a degree when you think about the potential he had. The problem for LeBron James is similar. LeBron James has been playing longer than he should have played. So the regrets for LeBron James after he finally hangs it up is going to be what we talked about. He should have been retired years ago because you did not give the max effort. You did not lay it on the line all those years because that's what LeBron James sacrificed. He sacrificed the integrity. He sacrificed that respect by only playing half-ass on defense all these years, by load managing on the basketball court all these years, by stat padding in these games all these years, when you should have been giving the max effort a long time ago, which would have shortened your career. So this is a double-edged sword for LeBron James, someone like Shaquille O'Neal, and the regrets they're going to have down the road here.
Well, no, that's the next point.
Yeah. This has been going on for a long time. Robin, listening to you made me remember he did this with Orlando. Remember, he got together with Dennis Scott and was doing a bunch of stuff with Dennis Scott, and he'd sit there and talk about, he basically would talk shit about the Lakers and Kobe. He's like, I should have never left you guys because I never had that sort of camaraderie and chemistry again. He's been regretting his whole career, despite the incredible career that it's been.
Right, AOH. How can Shaq not be humbled with his career? You're freaking Shaq, man. Are you kidding me, dude? I tell you guys all the time, man, we're not tearing Shaq down here. We're not disrespecting him, man. Shaq was like that. Like Speed was saying earlier, man, this dude was knocking rims and backboards down. He was putting people in the rim. Shaq was sensational. He had great personality. He had great charisma, Shaquille O'Neal. We all love Shaquille O'Neal, what he brought to the table, what he brought to the league. But all these years later, now you act like you're so sensitive. You try to be petty with someone like Charles Barkley and disrespect him. You're freaking Shaq, dude.
By the way, basketball show, if you happen to be listening, I would be happy to have you come on and discuss these things, because when I take a sound bite and then we debate about it, I don't want it to come off as shit talking. It's just a debatable topic. Like, basketball show thinks more highly of Shaq than I do, I think. As a basketball player is one thing, but he said that he's incorruptible. I don't agree. I would debate that aspect of it. That's not disrespect to basketball show, but like Shaq seems like he's for sale, in my opinion.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
He's like the definite. He is like corruption in itself. He's the definition of which you just said it. He can be bought for anything. He sells diabetes in a can to kids. He's for sale.
And again, but I'd rather debate it. I'd rather hear the other person's side and go back and forth and them not be here. So anyway, hit me up on Discord or email me if you ever want to come on. The dude is desperate, says Jake Matthew 24. That's why he took a pay cut. Oh, you're back to LeBron. Boggles asks, hey, AOH, do you like the Grateful Dead? Yeah, the Grateful Dead are great. They're not in my top list, but yeah, I'm not going to turn them off or anything if they come on. I guess that's not much of a compliment, but yes, I'm very familiar with the accomplishments of the Grateful Dead. We just had a big tribute concert in Golden Gate Park last summer. There wasn't a tribute. It was the surviving members. Not that many. One more. Spain, read this one, please. From M. Hunter Stevie.
M. Hunter Stevie 2081 for the $4.99 super chat. Here's the definition of how to do it versus what you do. If it's just the rings, then why is LeBron chasing MJ when he should be chasing Robert Horry? Facts. Facts. They don't bring up Robert Horry too much in that conversation. Big shot, Bob.
And look at Robert Horry. He bounced around from different teams, and he helped teams win championships. He was a guy that was a valuable member to your team. So someone like Robert Horry played for a bunch of teams like LeBron James, but it backfired on LeBron James more often than not.
But Robin, it doesn't matter, because 2 weeks from now, they'll switch the narrative up and his fans will believe that. So I almost feel like what we're doing is moot, but I feel like it's still necessary because, again, just 3 weeks ago, AOH, you brought this up, and Siberius, you watched the video, you dropped a video about this too. Just 3 weeks ago, it was either about his family or it wasn't. Now it is or it isn't. It's like listening to it's like the riddle of the Sphinx, like listening to LeBron James talk. You have no idea. He has no idea what the answer is. He has no idea what he's saying. They just say it as it comes. Again, it's like watching a child lie. They don't look at you in your face. They're moving around all the time. Every statement is started with literally or I'm not gonna lie. Like all of the red flags of a dishonest person, you could teach a class on dishonesty, really, just like watching any of these videos. It's disgusting.
Wolf's Pain is apparently in Atlanta. Hawk fan says, hey, if LeGM wants VJ out, Atlanta will take him.
A lot of teams would take someone like VJ Edgecombe, just like a lot of teams would have taken, someone like Andrew Wiggins at the time when LeBron James didn't want to play with him. There were a lot of people that wanted Andrew Wiggins. I told you guys, when you think about Steph Curry, he made Andrew Wiggins a champion, and LeBron James didn't even want him on his team as a teammate, man. So this is what LeBron James has done for the young talent. I mean, think about Kyrie Irving. You had a primetime Kyrie Irving, and you were still trying to find somebody else. That wasn't good enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Chris Paul? Wasn't he trying to get Chris Paul with the whole Kyrie Irving on his team?
Yep.
So fucking.
So what? So Pittsburgh, born and raised. Whether I'm proud or not, I'm still deciding. These Philly fans, man. I hope you better bring them batteries out. I hope you better start throwing shit at him when he plays like shit. Because I can't wait for the day he grabs one of them referees again, like a battered spouse, and tries to get him to kick one of these fans out in Philly. They're not going to be with that. Like I hope. I pray he tries to pull all those little showboat moves, grabbing somebody and saying like they got to go because they said Bronny should be a 3rd round pick instead of a 2nd round pick, and that's racist. Blah blah blah. Like I pray that happens. Philly's not with that. Like I'm actually really shocked he chose this. As sensitive as an athlete as he is, they're gonna kill. Like he could have a heart attack on court.
Hey,
stress.
Speam, I'll send you. I'll send you the link because that Philly sports radio made it sound like Philly wanted him. I hope it's not true.
Are you kidding me? No,
that's what they said. Dude.
Like his entire aura, they do not fuck with. Like I'm actually kind of excited to see how it pans out once they start losing, because they will.
Are they going to make a mural for LeBron James in downtown Philadelphia? Any Philadelphia Philly fans or Sixers fans out there, if you guys are in the chat, man, are you guys going to have a mural for LeBron James in downtown? Are they going to vandalize the mural if they actually did something like that for LeBron James? Because remember, when he went to L.A., someone actually took the time, went out there, and spray painted a mural for the King, LeBron James. So someone felt the need to do that to welcome LeBron James to LA, and we saw what was a result of that person's hard work. Again, I don't condone vandalism, but I understand why they did it. So are the Philadelphia people out there, are y'all going to do a mural for him? And again, like my man Speed is talking about, the first time that your team is playing 4-on-5 on defense, you guys better be clowning that fool.
He might not have to put the racial slur on his house himself this time.
Oh yeah, it'll be real this time. It'll be real this. I can't wait. I can't wait for the first Taco Tuesday fucking cheesesteak promotion I have to fucking suffer through, or the fucking I'm gonna do the AI crop fucking thing that I'm gonna suffer through. The marketing for this team is gonna be a disaster, and I'm here for it. I can't wait.
So got to make 2 points. One, I said this in my video, and I'm going to hold you to this, Beam, because you're from Philly. You better hold your city accountable.
I'm from Pittsburgh. Oh, no. I would never. No, Philly's a despicable place. I'm from Pittsburgh, which is worse.
All right, well, they're despicable. That's basically what I said. They're cunts, so they better be cunts.
Is it really that bad?
For decades.
It's not that bad.
Shots fired.
It's really not
decades. And the other thing that I haven't heard anyone else talk about, you remember when Jaylen Brown said Bronny isn't a pro and LeBron took offense to it? There's no fucking way he lets that go. he will be in Jaylen Brown's ear that entire time holding that shit against him.
I think Jaylen Brown can whip LeBron's ass pretty
Well, I mean,
easily.
I think so too,
1,000%.
but
They're
he's
just
not
going to be
allowed to.
throwing fucking
He's not
hair
allowed
dye
to.
on each other. What's the difference?
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
Listen, man,
hey,
I'm just gonna say this as far as Philadelphia, man. I went to Philadelphia to I was like on a little trip, whatever. Great cheesesteaks, man. That was actually legit. The cheesesteaks actually the real thing out there, man. I went to a really good spot. But man, once again, man, shout out to everybody out there, man. I knew a dude in the military that was from Philadelphia. He's one of the realest dudes I ever met, man. So shout out to everybody from Philadelphia. But I told you, y'all better keep it real, man. Y'all better keep it real out there. Don't be selling out, man. I know you got some LeBron James widows in Philadelphia. They're everywhere, man. We know. We got them in New York, too. But again, y'all better keep it real. When he's laying on the court there and he's flopping, y'all better call him out for that. When he got the Sixers playing 4-on-5 and he's not helping out Jaylen Brown on defense, he's not helping Maxey on defense, he's not helping Edgecombe on the rebounding. When those things are going on, y'all got to boo him, man.
I don't know. Embiid kind of warmed them up. If they haven't booed Embiid out of town, Embiid was the one who in that interview was like, I've done so much for this city to be treated this way.
AOH, there's a chat from GoGoFly68 that says, hold on. It basically alluded that JB is he'll toe the line, right? And then LeBron is just going to get his way. And I didn't, as in Jaylen Brown, I never thought about that. It led me into this idea of, okay, so he's only making what? It's 2 years, $8 million, right? So, and this is one
Bronny
of the
James contract.
Right, Bronny James contract. And I put this in our little group chat because he's taking this vet min, which is bullshit because we all know he's going to make it on the back end in Space Jam 3 or whatever the fuck, right? Does that mean he gets more or less pull with the team?
Yeah, oh man.
I don't know, but M. Hunter Stevie shouts you out specifically, Spain. He says, LBJ is the Tower of Babel.
Truth. That's good. That's good. It is that dramatically bad. That's how bad things are.
Yep.
Now, I went through my list of things we were supposed to talk about today, and we did a pretty good job. We pushed through some of the topics I only mentioned, and we didn't talk about too much. But because I'm racist, I'm going to shoehorn in this white player.
You are racist, yes.
It's the only reason I can do it. Gives it up to Graham. Hold on, because Robin knows everybody. Do you know who this dude is?
Cody Zeller. Yeah, he played at Duke, I believe.
Have you seen his dunking? His open court running and dunking?
Another white guy that can't jump.
I don't know. These highlights I thought were pretty good.
He sees a wall of bucks.
Ooh. He's been contested in almost all of them.
The box score right now. Orlando's got a free throw line and shot one free throw as a team.
Got a little funk on it right there. You got some good extension.
Nuggets switch. Zeller throws it down. Constantly looking for that stuff underneath.
Oh, this is the primetime Eastern Conference days. The primetime East.
Good look right there. Kimball Walker just getting caught on the screen.
The Cody Zeller days of the East.
The Cody Zeller days of dominating the paint.
Hey, he is not afraid of being
someone said he went
though.
to Indiana.
It's kind of been a roller coaster. Steve Clifford's won 48. Spurs turn it over. They won 48.
I remember him, but I didn't remember him doing dunks like this, man.
To the corner.
I remember him being one of those like solid players that you can have on your team, a good role player guy, solid rebounder.
And not for nothing, all of these dunks are more impressive than anything LeBron did last season.
Well, like AOH pointed them out, they're all contested.
Yes.
I almost forgot what that looked
except
like.
that one. Except for that one.
Well,
but at least he ran the floor. Who's that? Tristan Thompson?
Great extension on the dunks for Cody Zeller out here, man. Represent for Indiana.
Oh, Boogie, you bitch.
Boogie
got dunked on by Cody Zeller.
You're the dumbass podcasters now.
How disappointing. Well, I never thought that much of Boogie Cousins, but it's always worse to see them just like kissing Richard Jefferson's ass of all fucking people. This is how low you are, that Richard Jefferson's ass is who you're kissing. At least kiss LeBron's ass. You're kissing Richard Jefferson's ass.
But he wasn't even doing that, AOH. He was just sitting there nodding. He didn't even have anything. He didn't have any input in that clip that you played. He just nodded. He brought to the table what Steve Nash brings to LeBron's podcast.
Yep.
What do you? Well,
the dominant days of the East.
This has been the dominant days of the East. Racist AOH, pull up Johnny
Furphy.
Oh, Mattis Bazelis, he got some nice dunks.
All right. Hey, someone sent. Anyways, Jesus. Hey, good job, guys. Good job. We got through it. Steely Dan, that's some feel good music.
It is.
It sounds pretty feel good.
If you're up for it, I was gonna say I actually have something that I wanted to bring up because I'm curious what you guys think. Okay. I'm also curious if you guys think it's LeBron bots, because it's the exact same wording. That's what always gets me when people use the exact same words in their comments on my videos. I'm like, people just wouldn't use the exact same words, but it has to do with me being a racist. And I thought that was funny because I've never seen myself as a racist, but sometimes racists don't see themselves as that. So I wanted to pose it to you guys because maybe I am racist and I just don't know.
Hey, I wish you'd never gone on screen because I was picturing you darker so that I felt better about having a more diverse.
Oh, I whitened up before I came on screen.
He did whiteface.
I powdered my face.
That's good.
Oh, 1,000 noodles. I guess this is about Cody Zeller. That homeless Russian dude is crazy.
That homeless Russian.
I don't know who else he's talking about.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's awesome.
So anyway, the comments were that I'm racist because I don't have LeBron as the GOAT. So apparently now racism is I didn't choose the right black man.
Right, the right black man.
Yes.
My GOAT is still a black man, but I didn't choose the right one. So that makes me racist.
You know what? Shaq is the best center I ever saw, but Hakeem's the best center I ever witnessed.
Yep.
I mean, these fucking people in their words.
I thought you were being serious for a second. Okay.
No, that's two random centers. I don't know who my favorite center is.
You know how sad that is, Beers, man? That's some really sad stuff because the LeBron James fans, again, they're abusing the English language in such a manner that, like, again, racism has lost all meaning. Yeah. They don't even know what racism is.
Robin,
you hear people say that something is racist,
bro.
They have no clue what racism is. When you hear these people talk about the things that they feel that offensive to, I mean, damn it, we lost Aunt Jemima, man. Are you freaking kidding me right now? They're getting rid of everything. Pretty soon they're going to get rid of Uncle Ben. You're not going to be able to have Uncle Ben's anymore. You can't do anything, man. You can't. I mean, it's insane what people are constituting as racial and racism now. Meanwhile, go talk to some old-ass black folks. Go talk to some old minorities about how they grew up, the things that they dealt with. They'll tell you actual stories about racism, man. People out here talking about the GOAT and using racial things. I mean, that's just that this is where we are right now. It's actually lost all meaning now. It doesn't even mean anything anymore.
But Robin, it's worse than that because it's again, I'm going to repeat this. It's troubling to the people who have to deal with that shit on a daily basis. So you're saying abuse. I'm saying, no, they got the word racism chained to a fucking radiator and they're beating the shit out of it because there are people that deal with it on a day-to-day basis who have their pockets impacted, who may not know where they're going to be, the next day. But you have these billionaires calling somebody, well, not, telling people like us that, oh, well, if we don't have your black player as the GOAT, then you're racist. Get the fuck out of here. Tell that to the dude or woman or whatever, what have you, things of that nature, who do have to deal with that shit because of the color of their skin. It's embarrassing.
We lost Aunt Jemima, y'all. I'm going to say it again. Are you freaking kidding me? Never once in my life when I was growing up did I feel some kind of way because it was a goddamn syrup with some random ass lady on it, man. Give a damn what color she was, man. I don't give a damn what the story was. The shit was banging. That's all we cared about. Again, man, stuff don't make no sense, man. I told you, people don't even know what they're talking about. They have no clue. They can't pull from their own life experiences because, like you said, Speed, people ain't even experiencing this stuff, but they're going to tell you what it was or what racism is, man. Like I said, you got people upset because someone said something about their mama or said something about their kids, man. The sensitivities today have gone way too far. So for people to call my man Siberius racist because LeBron James is the greatest of all time, it's thing we talk about when they call LeBron James and they compare him to someone like Muhammad Ali. To me, that's racist. You're comparing him to Muhammad Ali. I'm offended as a colored person that you would ever compare LeBron James to Muhammad Ali. That's offensive to me, man. And the things that I was talked about or taught about that man. Damn it, that's offensive, man. That's racist.
Muhammad Ali actually stood for some things. He actually went through some things. And let's be clear, I don't think anyone on this panel doesn't think that there aren't hateful people or racially motivated people. We're not saying that. We're saying that some people are now just lazily using race. And listen, one more thing about Muhammad Ali. That dude got punched in the face for a living and could rattle out a book verbatim compared to LeBron fucking high IQ James, who doesn't get hit, who get fakes getting hit in the fucking head. You know, I mean, Muhammad Ali got a goddamn microphone in his face and just let it rip. And we didn't have to suffer through and things of that nature. He just fucking let it rip.
That's a great point, LH. That man would move you with words. He could move you with words. Go listen to Muhammad Ali like LH is talking about, man. The dude could spit things out and make you see things in a way that you didn't see it. There's never been a time that I've heard LeBron James say anything profound. Muhammad Ali has said profound things.
Yeah. Armando Ruiz came through with, I'm down if you need the token Mexican guy. That's what I thought that's what
go ahead and say it, AOH. Go ahead. I was gonna say, go step out on that ledge. Go call him Mexican.
Yes. No, I thought that's what Siberius was bringing to the table, but
there he is.
No, it's like that episode of Seinfeld when Elaine and the other guy think they're minority. She thinks she's dating a black guy, and he thinks he's dating a Spanish chick. And he's like, so we're just a couple of white folks here? Remember, that's one of the funniest episodes I've seen in my life. She was like, oh, don't worry, my boyfriend's black. And she looked at him and was like, he's black? And he's like, I am? He's like, you're not?
24 Rapture says Nightcap is a terrible show. Oh, yeah, that's just horrifying. Joe Johnson was a horrible addition. All he does is nod and say, you're right. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get worse than Ocho. And he did it.
Yep. One of the
Are you in the process of wrapping this up, AOH? Is that what you're doing?
Well, we got through everything. We can wrap it up as soon as we want to.
Yeah.
Or we can play more musical trivia.
Before we go, I just wanted to say something. We just talked about saying things profound, and LeBron James really never saying anything. You know, we've all talked about Michael Jordan and things he would say on the microphone, and you can listen to Michael Jordan in the post-game press conference. And, you know, Kobe Bryant, you played a clip earlier, and Kobe Bryant said something in that clip. He said if you could win in front of everybody, then you could miss the playoffs in front of everybody. And I thought that was a very interesting way to put it, man, because that really puts it into perspective and the mindset you have to have. You know, a lot of times we talk about Michael Jordan and we compare a lot of guys to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's very unique, right? We talk about how Michael Jordan was the closest thing to perfection, not having any losses, having that perfect game, always working on it, the overall stuff. People talk about the weaknesses, blah, blah, blah. Kobe Bryant wasn't like Michael or wasn't Michael Jordan. He wasn't perfect. But for him to say and talk about, you know, winning in front of people, but not missing the playoffs in front of the people and being willing and able to do those kinds of things, right? You have to be able to lose. Right, that's what Michael Jordan was doing. He was losing, but you have to be able to lose before you can win sometimes. And sometimes you're going to lose after you win again. And that's what Kobe Bryant did. So I thought that was a great statement, a great thing that Kobe Bryant said, man.
Absolutely. And that right after his amazing statement was when the dude sitting to his right, if anyone in the chat knows who it was, I didn't see him, goes, well, people have to do what's best for them. You fucking bitch. What a piece of shit.
Yep.
I'm going to play some music as we sign out. stupid thing doesn't play the right thing. Let's get the right visuals up here. Let's turn the volume down. Say goodbye to everyone. Thanks everyone for being here. Man, the supers were fantastic. So thankful. Siberius, last words for the audience.
I just want to thank everybody for showing up. I was going to say these shows have really, grown and elevated, and I'm just honored to be a part of it.
Very humble. Very humble. Fanboys, do you understand what you just heard? I'm sure that was weird for you. Main Builds 15 says LeBron is Scar from Lion King.
Word. It was a great show, man. Again, Airways, I really thank you for letting me come on your show again, man. I had a great time. My man Siberius, man, you be good. Speen, another great show with you guys, man. As I said, it's always fun.
Hey, stop actually taking your family on your vacations. Damn it.
Which again.
Oh, M. Hunter, Speam. Include this in your outro. M. Hunter Stevie with a.
So shout out to M. Hunter Stevie yet again, $4.99. Since things are ending, let me add this: if LA wants to get the most out of Bronny, then it's time to start a Lakers esports franchise. Listen, as everybody else said, I appreciate all the people coming through. It's a great way to end the week and start the next week. Bronny just wants to play video games. You can see he's dead behind the eyes when you see him on court. So prayers for Bronny, man. I hope he gets his childhood back. I hope he gets his life back. I hope all you Bron fans don't get your life back. I hope everything falls apart for you. And I appreciate everybody.
I'm Robin. I know you're excited. We got 10 more jewels.
No, I looked it up. I looked up what the jewels are. So it's a digital currency that people buy through the mobile app, and it allows the content creators to earn rubies, which translates into money.
Hey,
I don't.
What are they like?
Why? But why? Why did we have to overcomplicate it? Why? And rubies are jewels. This is just a sneaky way for a little bit more to be filtered out by YouTube.
No, it's AOH. You're getting NFTs. That's all it is. It's just NFTs.
Yeah,
it's just non-fungible tokens. That's what you're getting. Non-fungible gems, jewels.
God damn it.
Yo, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man.
Thanks for